Hello, it's the TalkOver. We did it. We survived Spook Central. We made it through all the horror movies. School is out. Class has been dismembered. I bet you didn't know toast comes in 3 different flavors, but I'm in charge of this funky farm now, Dr. Frankenstein. And how have I been wasting your time? It's called the TalkOver. Katie's on the show today. How's it going, Katie?
Great.
I also
trying to match your energy.
I'm going for the Guy Fieri of film.
Love it.
We got Chad joining us tonight. We're watching Pretty Woman. Katie, I need you to tell everybody, what is it about Pretty Woman? Why should people pay attention to it? Why should people watch it?
So I watched it when I shouldn't have when I was younger. Like when I was a little kid, like we would watch it as a family. And there are things that I didn't understand now that I know. But there's just so many good, it's a feel-good movie. There's so many good, little one-liners and quotes, and we'll throw stuff out all the time. Fine, there's a word, what my family and I quote it all the time. So it's got a lot of good, reusability,
Rewatchability. Absolutely.
Yes,
there's
yes.
a lot of movies that I call them watchable, like the movie Unstoppable with what's his face, Chris Pine and Denzel Washington. It's not a good movie, and spoilers, totally stoppable. It's watchable though. Like there's a lot of movies like that where I'm like, it's watchable. It's not great. It's not going to win anybody over. I'll buy it. I'm the only one. But Pretty Woman is such a big movie. You gave me a list of movies when we were talking about it, and I was like, I kind of know these movies a little too well. You have kind of a wheelhouse. Sort of in the late 80s, early 90s. Great comedy. Aaron's jumped in. We got Chad and Aaron joining us now. Roy Orbison's, they're talking about it already. I'm so excited. We have to talk about that too. I'm so pumped for tonight. No, yeah, it's I definitely love your wheelhouse. You're going to love the next episode we're going to do. In 2 weeks, we're doing Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh my gosh. Love it. I have the DVD.
There you go. Well, you got to join us along for that because it's going to be the day after Thanksgiving. There's 2 movies I have to watch on Thanksgiving: Four Brothers and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But Pretty Woman is a movie that also came on a lot on TNT and TBS when I was a kid. I don't know why I didn't watch it when I was younger. I knew about it. It's kind of like Jaws or Karate Kid. Like I got enough from the cultural zeitgeist. I'm like, I know what we're talking about here. And I skipped it. And I watched it maybe 6-7 years ago just on a lark. And I thought it was a good time. But that's one watch, and we've had a whole pandemic since then. So this is kind of a fresh watch. I know like 2 things about the movie, so we'll, I don't have a whole ton on it, but we're just gonna have a really, really good time. I'm looking forward to it. So we got
well, and you mentioned about like TNT and all that stuff. I grew up without cable, so that's what we did is watch. That's why all these movies that I listed, that's what we did. We would get like sometimes it was the $5 bin, sometimes we would trade with family and stuff, but that's what we did is watch movies. So,
that's amazing.
Yep, because we didn't have cable. All we had was public access television. So
that's mostly my family watched cable. Cable was what you watched every day after work and school and stuff like that. You watched the prime time. You watched Friends. You watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You watched Home Improvement. That's the things that when I was coming up that would be on. Movies were special. Movies never happened. So like when TV channels would Ted Turnerize it and cut all the stuff out of it, I would record them on tape and watch them over and over again. If we got to go to the video store, holy crap. And the rare occasion we went to the theater. One of the first things I did when I got a driver's license was get a job. But after I got a job and a paycheck, I went to the theater. I went to see Fast and Furious 6 times in the movie theater because I realized it wasn't as expensive as I thought it was. And well, maybe I should have saved my money, but I was a teenager. So I'm glad. I'm really loved that this movie is loved so much by your family. We're going to watch it here tonight. And I don't want to wait any longer. Let me check the chat before I jump in. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Aaron points out I'm a guy. Okay, fair enough. Or she might be talking to Chad as well. Chad said he hasn't seen it either. So I'm really looking forward to everybody. This is a classic. This has like big actors in it. One of the greatest directors of all time, Gary Marshall. I mean, he's also an incredible writer and an actor. I mean, he did all the days, the Valentine's Day, the Mother's Day, the New Year's Eve or New Year's Day or something like that. But he's also known for
Diaries.
He's done the Princess Diaries. He did Overboard. That's like one of the biggest comedies of all time.
I don't know if I had that on my list. That's another good one.
The next time you come on, we're doing Overboard because I watched it one time when I was a child. I would love to revisit it. I love it's Goldie and Kurt, right?
Yep.
I love them as like people. So I would love to watch that movie. So without further ado, in a moment, what we're going to do is I'm going to count 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to click go on go. I have a timer. It's right here. I'm going to hit start on. I'm going to try to not screw it up this time. We're going to watch for about an hour. take a break, come back, talk about the movie for a minute, and then jump right back into it. So go find Pretty Woman on some streaming service. Pretty Women is on streaming services, but Pretty Woman, you probably have to rent it right now. Save them dollars from Bezos on Amazon. It's definitely worth the rental, and you may want to pick it up as well. Now, this is also another movie you'll find it in any video store, relatively inexpensive. It's everywhere. It's Pretty Woman. Yeah.
I have the VHS.
Let's go. Yes, this is perfect. Oh my God, that makes me so happy. I purged almost all of my VHS. I wish I still had them. I would have made a display or something out of them.
Yeah, I sold my VHS player at a garage sale. It's more I just keep them for nostalgia.
Absolutely. I have like an original copy of Reefer Madness. There's a couple other odd ones I've found over the years that I'm not going to mention right now, but they're on a shelf to be like, yeah, these are the weird ones I found. But well, all right. Well, let's kick it into gear. Are you ready?
I am ready. All
right. 3, 2, 1, go. That's it. It's going. Everything's working. All of my fear.
Touchstone Pictures intro.
I'm trying to put together a video where we rank production house logos. Or not production house, but distribution companies. So like Warner Brothers. Universal is probably my favorite. Touchstone is such a classic. Then there's the old TriStars and Orions and all those wonderful ones.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. This guy's a magician. Don't trust him. He's lying.
And we've got nothing.
Gary Marshall. Oh. You had, for those that don't know, Katie is Kevin's better half. Kevin was on for Pan's Labyrinth, and I was honored to be in their wedding. You guys had a magician at your wedding. It was awesome. He cornered me in the hallway, and he was like, "You want to see a trick?" And I was like, "Yeah." Ooh, Chad's doing a shout out for Dimension. That is a good distribution house. That one's a stone cold classic. That was what's his face from Seinfeld.
Yeah. Yep. He plays the icky lawyer.
Wasn't that what he did? Was it Costanza? George Costanza? Wasn't that? No, he was like something in baseball in Seinfeld. Seinfeld was a little too adult for me. It was a little too. I needed friends. It was more childlike.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look at all the like modern decor, like the styling. Everything's white rails and squares.
And the fashion.
It's 1990. We're making the turn, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also not a big Richard Gere knower. I think if someone was like, "What's your favorite Richard Gere movie?" I'm probably gonna go The Jackal. And he's fairly inconsequential. I've seen that one. It's weird. It's okay. It's fine. I don't think it's as watchable.
Yeah.
to talk about my new term.
And I don't know how many years, but Julia Roberts and Richard Gere, there's a big age gap between
Is there?
The two of, yeah, it's huge. I don't now I need to look it up.
Okay. Yeah, only because I just think of Julia Roberts as timeless. Now,
oh my gosh. And she's gorgeous, man.
Let's talk about Julia Roberts. There's nobody that's a bigger fan of the Ocean's movies than myself. Chad brought up Mothman Prophecies for Richard Gere. I do like Mothman Prophecies. I know somebody that's from that town. I believe that Mothman's a hero, personally. Oh, it's a little Lotus.
So at filming, she was 22 and he was 40, so 18 years.
Wow. I mean, he had the gray hair, but he didn't look 40. Well, shit, I'm pushing 40. I got gray hair. I'm going to stop talking about
down the hill.
But yeah, 20 years difference. I feel kind of odd about that. Oh, the soundtrack.
The music. So this is okay. I was going to talk about the soundtrack. Back, my first car, it was a 99 Chevy Lumina. And we used to drive around and I had the cassette tape to this, and we would just blare this. We'd go down the street with the song playing. I felt so cool.
Was it the soundtrack, or was this Fine Young Cannibals? Who is this? Who sings this?
I don't remember.
I gotta look it up.
That
now.
part, the artist I can't tell you, but I had the Pretty Woman soundtrack.
Okay. I love soundtracks. I just a few weeks ago bought the Footloose soundtrack on cassette.
Oh yeah,
because
that was another one. I had the CD of that one in my big binder of CDs. Yes, I have the CD.
Little known fact about me: I can sing every word to every song on the Footloose soundtrack.
We can do karaoke. Let's go.
Kenny Loggins, we worship you. King of Wishful Thinking by Go West. Chad, you're the music man. I love you. That's so great. King of Wishful Thinking. God, what a bop.
Right? And you mentioned our wedding, right?
Yeah.
So my bouquet toss was Pretty Woman. That was the song that was playing during my bouquet toss.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
I don't know how drunk I was at that point.
Probably pretty drunk.
Actually, I think I talked to Kevin about this. I ended up not getting drunk at your wedding. I had sweat so much. I was like pounding shots. And I was standing next to another friend of ours, and he's like drunk, and he's like, "You having a good time?" I'm like, "I'm stone sober. I'm going to go to the hotel room because I'm going to hurt myself if I keep drinking." Because I was not feeling it. That is not a good way to be.
Yeah.
Man, it was so big. It was such a huge day. Here we go. There she is. Hey, this guy. He was the neighbor that's in Friends. Everybody that was in sitcoms is in this. This is great.
Yep.
I'm bringing up the Pretty Woman sound because this is a wild one. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
I know of one song in the movie. Oh, I know of two. But
and fun, and we'll talk about it later when some of the other songs come up. Because I've seen this movie so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Like when songs come up, it takes me back to a certain point, or like I want to listen to this song in this environment because it just hits.
It's I think what amazes me about knowing music like that, I call it knowing it through a wall because of a Friends episode. Everything I know from Friends. But when I know something through a wall, like for example, that noise in Back to the Future, I get goosebumps when I hear that. I'm just like, oh my God, I know what that is. What's so funny, I was watching part of Gran Turismo last night, and they put all the sounds from PlayStation in it, and every time one of the boom noises happens, I reach for my controller because I think something's happened. It's Pavlovian at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. I hate that hat. Not his. His is great. Hers, yep. Some people vibe on that style.
You recognize him?
That's Hank Azaria?
Yeah.
Love Hank Azaria. He gets yelled at by Al Pacino in one of my favorite movies, Heat. He's also in everything.
Yep.
The Blue Banana. Oh, Field of Dreams was playing. That's another good one.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
Field of Dreams, that was filmed in this area, by the way.
No way. Well, cornfields. There you go.
Yeah, and the actual, like the site is not that far from here. It's in Dyersville. It's like a half an hour from Dubuque.
No way. Do they have like stuff in the town, like by your?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
But you can go to the field, and there's usually every year there's a couple MLB games that are played there.
Oh wow. I have to check that out. I've been to the town where they did Walking Dead and Footloose and Fried Green Tomatoes. They have a lot of Walking Dead stuff you can buy. Hey, her.
This is another song that when I played, I felt so cool.
What is she in? It's going to drive me bananas.
You need rent money.
I don't know what the context of Chad's Florida people means, but I missed it. I was talking over it. Sorry, it's the TalkOver. The guy in the background was like, really? He's like, I'm going to get in this movie. He's just like,
yeah.
I'm worried I'm confusing her with Fran Drescher is I think what I'm doing, but I know that I've seen her in other stuff.
Oh gosh, what was that show? It was about a magazine and it had, oh gosh, what's his name? Not Tommy Boy, not Chris Farley, the other guy. What's his name?
Chris. Oh, I knew it until you said it. It's
Dennis Quaid?
No, you're talking about the guy that's usually with Chris Farley. David Spade, thank you, Chad. Chad's
David
crushing it in the chat. Yeah.
That's it.
I knew until you asked me. I feel like I should be fired now.
But there is a what was it called? It was a
Don't Shoot Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I know it. It was huge.
Or Just Shoot Me.
Just
anyway,
Shoot Me.
It's something about shooting me.
Yeah. It's just called Shoot Me.
Yeah.
So she was on that show is what you're saying?
Yes.
Maybe that's because that show ran that was a big show. So
yeah. She was the daughter of the like head magazine guy.
Okay.
But she also worked there.
Look, I just want to go ahead and put this out there. I'm going to be using the word hooker a lot, and I'm sorry if that's offensive, but I think it's a funny word. If I was a therapist, I would call myself a shrink. If I was a hooker, I'd call myself a hooker. I mean, no disrespect, but they kind of have a hooker uniform in this movie.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like you can tell all the squares, and then there's a hooker.
We say how much.
Oh my God, she's so great. Yeah, probably my favorite thing she's done, which is everybody else's least favorite thing, is when she played herself in Ocean's 12. I think it's hysterical because she was pregnant at the time, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Also, I've heard that model Lotus has a lot of problems with the back window leaking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably.
Faster in a bat's ass, but it's
corners like it's on rails.
Yeah. Double clutch.
I don't think that has happened yet, but
yeah, that part hasn't double clutch like you should.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, Katie, Kevin, and I watched all the Fast and Furious movies over at Katie's place years ago, and then filmed us talking about them. Oh my God, it was a good time, but man, it was a long day.
It was a long day.
It was better than the Home Alones. That was the worst ever. I was miserable. Oh.
I used to want her outfit when I was younger until I realized I was like, it's a little skimpy.
Oh no. If you had to guess
I thought it was so cool.
If you had to guess, what age do you think it was?
Oh God. I mean, probably like 10, 11.
No.
You know, like the preteen era.
Oh my gosh. It is a little, I think.
I was going to say something. So that the part where she's kind of like looking in the back, that's one of the extended scenes is, Carlos, the pimp.
Yes.
That they owed money to then for the drugs that Kit got. He was like trying to come up to the car and be like, "Hey Viv, what are you doing?" I said, "No customers tonight." And that's why she was like looking and like trying to hurry him to get going.
Oh, and so it's kind of like an artifact of that cutout scene.
Yeah.
Whoa, what a good pull. I love it.
I missed that. I was like, ugh.
Oh, wow.
There it is. Corners like it's on rails.
You nailed it. Also, he's in New York in fourth gear. How fast does he think he's going?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not car talk. Oh. So he's bored. That's what's going on, right? He's tired of the business life. He's tired of all the elbow rubbing and suck uppery and canapes and.
Well, and so in the beginning scene, he was on the phone with his girlfriend and she was leaving him, and moving out in New York. And
so this is a rebound.
Then he ran into another ex who had just gotten married and found out that what his now ex-girlfriend was feeling was the same thing she was feeling when they were together. So that's why, he's like trying to find something,
Okay.
something different. He's feeling down.
What I think's funny is every character that's not either one of them is just like, man, he's losing it. He is, oh no, we got to help him. It's a very different movie from one other perspective.
Yeah.
God, $100 in 1990 was like $1,000.
It was an hour.
Whoa, get it. No, does he? That's so funny that this is, you know what? I don't think that it's weird that this is a family movie to you.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people it's a family movie too, but it's so funny that it kind of is.
I didn't understand what that was. I was like, okay. I didn't get it.
I want that outfit.
Yep.
Okay, I was a little off. It's in today's money, it's $230.18.
Still, dang.
And Chad says she makes a respectable wage to hang out with.
Yes.
Yeah. I like the boots. Those are huge.
Yeah.
Those are great. They're made for walking.
Yeah.
Chad says the wig's killing him. Yeah, because she has like such awesome hair. It's usually fairly long. Oh man, and Aaron Brockovich, it was crazy. It was like all curly, I think. National treasure, Julia Roberts. But that's what I was gonna say. Is it's funny, it is a heartwarming story about a hooker that is great for the holiday times, but it is inherently American. I think that has something to do with it. Because I think also Best Little Whorehouse in Texas is like a beloved family film for like the generations before me. And I was just like, yeah, that's another one I haven't seen, which is weird because I like Dolly and I like Bert. So if there's somebody out there that's in the TalkOver universe, if you want to do Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, I'm game.
No.
Two coats. I bet too.
I didn't get what that meant. The rent rooms by the hour. I didn't understand what that meant either. I was like, huh?
I went back and visited my old hometown a few months ago, and they finally bulldozed this place I call Hooker Hotel because I didn't know anybody that stayed in it but hookers. And everybody knew. There was like a car parked out in front of it for like 10 years that was filled to the top with trash. The car was just parked there and it just was there. People passed this every day in this town and nobody did anything about it. I leave, they finally bulldoze it. I was like, where'd all the hookers gonna go? This lady.
Yeah.
If you see somebody rocking boots that are up taller than their knees and you don't say those, if you don't stop and say those are awesome, you're an awful person. When somebody wears boots that high and that shiny, they're wondering, is this crazy? They're thinking, is this too wild? Tell them that they're not too wild. Tell them they're badass.
I remember we would like go, if we went on a family vacation, we'd get into the hotel room and somebody would say, well, color me happy. There's a sofa in here for two. And like, I didn't get it.
Oh my God.
I just knew it was a quote from the movie.
I also have, I think this is what my buddy Nate would call intrusive thoughts. When I look in the trunk of someone's car, I can't not say, I bet you could fit 8 dead hookers in here because of a very little known movie, a very cult classic. And I say this in front of strangers and I really shouldn't. That's funny. God, you do know this movie. This is awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's a part of the talk over is it's helping me remember I'm not as weird as I think I am. Yeah. Did I see pink carpet? Yes, I did.
Oh yeah, it's the 90s.
Oh my God, pink carpet. I bet it's in the bathroom.
And that's the penthouse. That's the fanciest room in the entire hotel.
That's awesome. The only thing I don't like so far is that it's a little bit like, he is. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm way off on this. Maybe having her around is helping him sort of pay attention to these things, because like showing some of the stuff off to some people can be kind of crappy. Kind of like, oh yeah, I don't care about this. I never go on the balcony. It's on the penthouse. That's the couch I don't ever sit on. That's the room I never go in. But maybe that's the point. Maybe she's supposed to help him. Well, either get away from that stuff or appreciate it more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to the moral before they do. Chad says, I can't believe the hotel has key cards at this point in history. You're right. That's weird. I didn't see a key card in a hotel until I was a man. That was.
Well, so it was like the slide. Well,
yeah, it was a key card. Yeah, 1990. Yeah. I mean, that's a fancy hotel, so it would have been on the curve. I mean, we had credit cards, so I guess it was conceivable.
Mm-hmm. So that I thought, I thought it was candy.
It is.
As a kid, I didn't know what those were.
Oh my God. That gold one in a coin, I like that, just because
it's the condom of champions.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, guys, we got to have boys, let's talk for a second. So if you put a condom in your wallet, you're doing good. But if that's the one that you never use, A goes bad, B will tear inside of there. So there are some companies that make hard packs. So that's what I look for if you're going to do a wallet one. You do not want to be in the moment and open it up and pour dust out. Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool.
Good PSA.
That's what I'm here for. Safety sexy. It's a virtue, not a hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was going to say joie de vivre. Oh, no.
Well, what is that?
Oh, yeah, their hotel room's so big it has a doorbell. Yeah. God. You know what? I think this also appeals to a young mind as well. Like the idea of living in a hotel. Because when you're a kid, going to hotels like the funnest thing in the world.
Yep.
You don't have to clean up after yourself. You can order food. I love that the staff loves her. They're all excited she's there too. Oh yeah, Tip. Okay, for a second I did think he was being a pervo.
Yeah.
All right, he brought you your food. He was cool. He's a nice guy. Give him a $5. It's like $1 million back then. Ooh, I think I nailed it. I think it is carpet in the bathroom. I think there's a carpeted step up to a hot tub in that bathroom. Oh, the 90s. What were we doing? This is another thing where we can try and explain to the youth about some stuff, because the last one we did, Scream 6, and I was talking about, I wanted to explain a cordless phone because it's such a weird thing out of context to explain. 2 hours max, 30 feet away.
Yep.
It was also a time of mirrors. A lot of mirrors back then.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, every wall in my house was a mirror.
Mm-hmm. She just chugs the champagne.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about it again because I watched part of it last night, but watching Gran Turismo, and they got this thing about champagne where they're like, save it for the podium. So they bring out champagne and Hopper, what's Hopper's name? David Harbour is sitting there. And they bring it out and he goes, no, champagne's for the podium. And they're on like a private jet. This woman popped the cork on probably an expensive bottle of champagne and poured 3 glasses. No, I'll just go pour it back in the bottle, ma'am. Like, why would you say no? Sure. That's like, so you brought out steaks and you're like, I don't want any steak. Throw it in the trash. I was hoping that the flight attendant took the champagne and was like, all right.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun flight for me. She could have got more.
Done. Yeah. Like, holy shit.
You don't want to hear the quick done. Like, fuck, I could have asked for more, couldn't I? Like a lot more.
Oh, this is one of my favorite parts.
What does she have in her hand? Floss?
Do you remember those floss containers?
No, it looks cool.
Oh, I remember those.
Looks better than the ones we have now. You can put that in your pocket. Now we have those ones that have all the, the little, it's like a pre-made one. You get bags of them now. It seems so wasteful.
Yeah, the little picks, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
waste of plastic.
They work great, but it's like, dang.
We would say that too. It's like, you shouldn't neglect your gums.
It's true. I'm sure as you get older, you'll learn. You end up liking flossing more as you get older.
Mm-hmm.
And now I find myself being like, I need to floss, not I gotta floss. She doesn't like to be watched while she flosses. I wouldn't either because you make weird faces.
Yep.
Which means she's getting in there and doing it right. Oh, I love Lucy. She was the original grape lady.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video, that internet video?
Oh, no.
This lady's up on top of this thing stomping grapes with her friend to make wine. And she gets a little too overzealous and she goes and she makes the craziest noise when she falls. It's like, it's, oh man. It's old internet. I'll say this too. This is one of the few movies that this is the only one I've started without captions on. Everything's very well mixed.
Yep.
Yeah. Good job.
I had to turn the volume down a couple times with the soundtrack, but
good job, Gary Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it before on a rerun. What's a rerun?
Yeah.
You guys have a TV? Yeah, we have 2. You have 2 TVs?
What?
When I was a kid, my stepsister, the same age as me, got a TV one Christmas. I didn't know she'd asked for one. I didn't know that was in the realm of possibility. I had got all my stuff and I was very happy with my stuff. Don't get me wrong. My parents did a very good job. I wanted for nothing. Considering how little money they never let me know how little money they actually had. They did a really good job. But I'm sitting there, I'm going, I didn't know I could have asked for the moon, man. Like, I didn't know. I was trying to be cool about it. So the next year, Santa. Kids, close your eyes. Cover your hands. Get the pillow.
Like, oh, just gotta get comfortable.
Oh, it's good for your knees. You really need to take care of them when you're younger. And ask me how I know. You don't want to be the guy that your knee clicks every time you walk up a stair. He can tell what's fine hair and what's not fine hair.
Yeah.
I think we should address the elephant in the room right now. This would be the best time for it. We all know something about Richard Gere. I don't know that it's true. I don't know that I want to perpetuate it here. Because you've heard the rumor, yeah, about what, like when we were kids. You didn't hear this? I may save that for later.
Okay.
Because I don't want to spread
not
it.
heard it.
Yeah, Chad says it's a complete rumor. I think it is too, and that's why I don't want to spread it. Well, then you made it out of the 90s without hearing it, so that's good. And it's unfortunate because I don't know, I don't really have a problem with them. Even when I was a kid, I was like, I don't know about this. I don't think this is real. But Snopes didn't exist for another 20 years, so. Oh no, her hair fell out.
There's the red curls.
Yeah, man. Just such lush hair. Oh, man. This guy was in a lot of things. He was in the Princess Diaries as well, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. He played Joe, the security guy. And a lot of other things. I can't.
He's one of those character actors that, you know, he gets in the biz and people like working with him.
Yep.
I find that a lot in action movies. A lot of the military people are the same people. You'll get, you know, the Red Foremans and people like that show up in, you know, they're in some war room or whatever. I had War Games on a couple of days ago. I hadn't watched that in years. And I was just surprised at all the people in the war room. I was like, I know them. No, he's such a bad boy. He's the bad boy. Look at that phone too.
Yeah. That big brick phone.
Oh my God. I wanted one. I wanted to be Zach Morris so bad when I was a kid. I get it. You know, he's the spoiled, you know, white kid, but I was a little white kid. So that's what I identified with. I just wanted to run scams with my friends and be a nice guy. I ordered you everything on the menu, all 6 items. But there's 3 types of bread.
Yep.
I like that he keeps like noticing little things she's doing, and he has like a reflex to be like, hey, don't do that, you're indoors. And then he stops himself and he's like, hang on, let's let this go a second. Well, now he's starting to crack a little bit.
Yeah.
Somebody's not a morning person.
Look at the wallpaper in the background too. That's fancy wallpaper.
Yeah. The bathroom was like crazy done up. They really went wild in bathroom. I think a lot about Beetlejuice when I think about the crazy interior decorating. When they came in and when I was a kid, I didn't understand why that house looked different. I didn't know what an interior decorator was until I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
And when I learned, I was very unhappy. It's very cool when the lady starts doing the tie for the guy. For 2 reasons. One, I don't know, it's just kind of cool when somebody's like making it look good. And 2, you don't have to wonder if they know that your tie's okay because they're the ones that did it.
Yep.
If you look stupid, you can blame it on them. That's not enough. Oh, okay. There's not enough connective tissue with that. It's funny, but wait, I have more questions. Oh, yeah. Also, the debate team, that was an interesting one It feels like that'd be an uphill battle, like hooking up with a Stairmaster.
Uh-oh.
Don't sneak in when she's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a Walkman. Is that, I don't know the song. Is it Kisses on My
Prince.
Lips? Oh, snap.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Chad said going all the way in school is the dirtiest way I've ever heard describing getting a degree. Let's go all the way. Don't drop the Walkman in there. It will still work after. You'll be mildly inconvenienced.
Don't you knock?
So one of the two things that I know about this movie is going to happen here, I think. It has to. There can't be two of these scenes. I mean, there could, I guess. Full-time hooking? Does it have insurance?
Yeah. What are the benefits? 401k?
Okay, you know what? Okay. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's in the context of, I think, a genuinely sweet movie, at least what I remember from it. But I don't know. I think it's, I think a part of it is him sort of, I can buy anything that I want. But I think another part of it is that he would rather her be detached because she can be honest. So there is kind of something that's cool about it, because he also feels like he's not wanting to get attached either. He's like, let's just have some fun. I got money and I'm not doing anything with it. You're trying to get money. Yeah. So this scene, there's, I think it's on YouTube. You can see where he told everybody to leave the room when she goes under the water. And then when she comes back up, nobody's there. Haha, funny on set pranks.
There's a couple things that happen that aren't scripted.
Oh, really?
That stayed in, yep.
Okay, all right.
I'll point them out when they come up.
Probably shouldn't eat that breakfast now. It's been out for a little while. Maybe it's okay, but... Yeah, see? I gotta tell this. I gotta tell this story. Very good friend of mine, Nate, who was on the first two talkovers. He had a dream one night that he and I wrote a script for Gay Spider-Man, and we pitched it, and they wanted to buy it. And he said in the dream, they said $1,000, and I said sold. And he woke up mad at me. He remembered it was a dream, and he was like, we could have gotten like $2,000. I was like, let's back up to one. Why did we write Case Spider-Man? And what was it about? Maybe we should try and write it, you know? Oh. Ooh.
Remember the bar? The blue banana?
Yeah.
She's saying the bathroom is bigger than the bar.
Yeah, at least it definitely one level of it. Does he like pee? I shouldn't have said that. That's too. We went too far. I took it too far. I'll stop. I'll back it up. Aw. Let's go. This is a family movie. Aw.
Bev, Will.
I was just about to say Rodeo Drive.
Rodeo Drive, baby.
I haven't seen this, but that guy's the concierge. I wonder if he has a cross key. It's something I learned about when we were doing the Home Alone thing, and then it came up in a Wes Anderson movie. I don't see the pen. There's a secret society of concierges called the Cross Keys. And so it's in Grand Budapest Hotel kind of as a joke, but it's like a real thing you can the soundtrack.
Oh, good.
Women. Yep.
What they wanna do.
I'm getting every song off the soundtrack when we're done. I didn't think that's what I was the most excited about, but I brought up the soundtrack so I could kind of. Oh, whoa.
Wanna dream about what women do.
I did a lot of the music that the only reason I know music from this era is the radio. That would sell well in this town. Golden Monopoly.
Hi.
Has Millie seen Pretty Women yet?
Well, she's gonna see a glimpse of it. Oh, gosh. Hi.
How?
All right, you want to get back down?
How old before you think there'll be like a watching of it? Like 9, 10, 8, 9, 10?
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
This mannequin is so. Look at my shirt. Oh, this is. Oh no! This is the lead up to.
Mm-hmm. This is yeah.
This is when they were rude to her.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been in a fancy ladies' clothing store and somebody done that to you? Okay.
Not this fancy.
Okay. I feel like nowadays you go into a Kohl's and somebody talks to you that way. I'd like to speak to your manager.
Uh-huh.
I'll have you know I'm a high dollar hooker and I was about to blow thousands of dollars in here.
Uh-huh. Which it's interesting because it's all based on the way she's dressed.
Yeah.
That's why they're treating her like that.
And it's 1990. People wore that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm looking at everybody else's clothes.
Yeah, it's like you look at some of the other things that they're wearing. It's like, okay, showing a little more skin. But nowadays,
oh yeah,
that's fancy.
I go back and watch a lot of 80s movies. I was watching Back to the Future 2 when they go to the 2015 that they thought it would be, you know, making jokes about it. It's not that far off. It really isn't. I mean, we're not doing double ties, but we're pretty close. Oh yeah, this guy. Is he going to try and find out if she's really a kid without her parents like Tim Curry and Home Alone 2? Because I'm getting that sense. This guy, he's like, whoa, look at the gams on that one. God, man. Chad says no one should judge her on her Rita Repulsa boots. That's a good poll. No one will talk about my boots. I also like her coat. I would wear that coat unironically. I think technically it would be ironically, but I would feel like I wasn't being ironical. My God. Well, you know what? Also, leave LA.
Yeah.
I would be like, you know what? Everyone in this town, except for my roommate, who I'm having to support, It's just mean.
Mm-hmm. Nobody will help me.
All right, she's gonna turn on that charm. She's got him.
Mm-hmm.
He is the ultimate concierge. Let's go. What a good sound. Jeez Louise, man.
It is.
I talk about soundtracks a lot because they kind of fascinate me. Before American Graffiti, no movie really had soundtracks like we know. When they were making that movie, George wanted to put like a whole ton of songs in it. And so when they would take it to people, they're like, I had this idea for a movie and we're going to put a bunch of actual like songs from that era. And they're like, oh, is it a musical? And he's like, no. And they're like, but it's going to have music. And he's like, yeah. And they were like, he's like, don't worry about it. I'll show you. Kind of like the TalkOver. And so when he was like, hiring people for the cast, Ron Howard was like, oh, is this that musical movie? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, I can't sing. He's like, don't worry about it. You won't have to. You'll understand when you see it. And then American Graffiti came out and more movies started having songs on it, like a soundtrack of music you would enjoy from the time.
Jeez, it's a lot of money.
Could like buy a country with that back then.
That's another one. No shit, Sherlock.
Oh yeah, I wonder if is that where. Is that the?
I don't know.
It could be.
Could be.
What I love is that it's like they're so serious. This doesn't really have anything to do with the plot. Not really. They kind of. That's right, folks. It's locked and loaded. We're ready to go. Lunch? Lunch is for wimps. I'll catch you later, Fidel. That's all I remember from Wall Street. Wall Street's a banger. That's one that people sleep on that they shouldn't. I think Wall Street's a very good. It's kind of boring, I'll be honest with you. It's a little slow. I mean, it's got a lot of really charismatic people. A good soundtrack, but it looks good. It looks gritty and raw. It's very much of its time. It's weirdly pretty. She just loves sitting on tables.
Yeah. She's so fidgety.
She's like a cat.
So nervous.
Every horizontal surface.
Yep. They never are, dear.
Oh boy. I like her. Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, she knows.
She's that lady at the store is like our Kathy Bates in Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aw. Aw, look at him. See, isn't it nice to be nice?
Mm-hmm.
Aw, let that be a lesson, everybody. What a dick.
Yeah.
This was a test and you failed.
A cocktail one.
Never ever been on the phone. I just called to tell you that. What a psychopath. Now get it. There's a cake coming. I need you to get in the cake. You'll know when it's time to get out.
Yeah. Yeah, the dress thing where she's like, I got a dress, a cocktail one. I've said that a whole bunch of times when I've actually gotten a dress.
Ah!
When I've been excited about it.
Ah! Man, dude.
Calling me. Yep.
Bruh, I don't like this test business. I heard you just start from the outside and work your way in.
Mm-hmm. He makes it more complicated, though.
Mm-hmm. That salad was a longer one. Okay. She picks one.
that supposed to be helpful? Count the tines.
Sometimes people have like mnemonic, like learning things, and they tell them to,
Yeah.
and you're like, you're weird.
Yeah.
That's not helping. I think Saved by the Bell Screech said Navimshnub is the planets. I can't remember it now though. You know, the thing I've been thinking about is the parallels with how they handled the Selena Kyle relationship in Dark Knight Rises, because there's that scene where she steals his car, and he comes outside and he's all old crippled Bruce Wayne, and he's like hands his key to the valet. He's like, "Oh, your wife drove it home." He's like, "My wife?" Like known billionaire playboy's wife. So to have Richard Gere be like, "My niece." Ooh, the cocktail lounge. Dress.
Yeah. A cocktail. Cocktail one.
I love it. And now that's going to be part of my lexicon.
Doesn't recognize her.
No.
What?
He should start open with, "I hardly recognize you. You look great."
Yeah.
It's a good way to start. The hair, you got to show the hair off. Look at it.
Look at that gorgeous.
I can't believe she got it under a wig.
Yeah. Ah.
Boys, don't make specific comments on people, how they look. Tell them they look awesome. Tell them they are awesome. Keep it that
stunning.
way. Stunning's good. One big word. That's what you need, because everybody just wants to make sure they're looking cool, and you tell them, "You look fucking cool today." You go any deeper than that, all right, now we're on dicey territory. So just know when to quit, boys. That's what I'm here for. I'm trying to keep all the boys in line. Oh, this guy, the older gentleman, I think is in Brewster's Millions.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen that one.
Either Brewster's Millions or Trading Places, or both, actually. Oh, Calgon, take me away. This is very, yeah, when I was a little kid, this is one of those movies that would be on. I feel like around that era, people really took their time with movies too. Like this doesn't get in a hurry. It's not crazy, montages. It's not, I don't know. It's they're just telling a story. They're comfortably telling it. And cat food toast, my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh no. What? Like Snicker salad? Chet says it looks awful. I concur. Yeah, it makes me think of Big when he eats the caviar.
Yeah.
The tiny corn.
Can I get a milkshake or something?
One of these days, I'm going to pick up a tin of, like, not the most expensive, but like quasi-expensive.
Mid.
Yeah, I'm going to go for like high mid caviar. I really want to try it. The creme fraiche, the whole thing, little champagne. Blow a couple $100 just to find out I hate it. Oh, I can't do that. I don't want to do escargot. No. I only want chocolat or fondant. I do not want escargot. It's got to taste like beans, right? Like fish beans.
Or chicken.
You think so? Or have you had escargot?
I have not had escargot.
Ugh. It's like chicken. That'd be fine. She didn't practice with the escargot tongs. Uh-oh. Oh, this guy's a homie. Look at him. One shot, picked it out of the air, put him in the infield, coach.
Slippery little suckers.
Oh my God, that guy.
So it was the same guy in Princess Diaries, the same, like, and he played the same role, and it was actually, I think it was a bracelet or something that flew, and he caught it, and he goes, "It happens all the time."
That warms my heart because I feel like people that would have grew up watching this would want their kids watching Princess Diaries. So like that's really lovely.
And actually, it's in the. Is it in the? Yeah, it's in the first one. I'm trying to remember if it's first or second, but it's the first one. And they also had a scene with the mint ice cream in Princess Diaries as well. That little nice little dish. Yeah.
The cinematic universe, the Pretty Woman cinematic universe, the Gary Marshall, I guess. I should go back and watch more of his movies. I saw Runaway Bride once a long time ago. It didn't get a huge reception, but I could try it again. I didn't try any of the holiday
Julia
ones.
Roberts and Richard Gere back together again.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you something. What was amazing to me, they both looked kind of the same as they do here. I'll be honest with you. They both didn't really age from that point to this point.
Yep.
I don't know, 20 years difference. It's on the person, it's on the person, the relationship with the other person. As long as I say the younger is at least in their 20s, I'm cool with it. I think it's just situational.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of those. On paper, it's gross, but ooh, don't raw dog it in somebody else's slippers. Ugh. Why are you sitting on every surface? You're going to fall. He hates heights.
Oh, just wait.
Do they do a Batman? Does he go after her? Does he throw himself after her?
I can't tell you.
No, I don't know. Stop. Stop. He doesn't like it. I'm nervous on his behalf. You're playing with fire, lady. This is not safe.
So yeah, she didn't fall off. He didn't save her, but yeah.
Chad says it's slimy. Oh, I think he's intimating he's had escargot, which I wouldn't doubt.
Ooh.
Woof. Mm-hmm. Like Nike. No. Mm-hmm. He is just a frozen lake, isn't he? He's just a cool flat surface, this guy.
Yeah, it's got no passion.
He's just yeah, man. He's methodical.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of thoughtful though. I mean, he's I think it feels like he doesn't know what he's gonna say next. It's almost he's like, oh, this is new. Let's fucking do it. I'm tired of this other bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that.
They like broccoli.
Can we mix it up like noodles?
Yeah. Stir fry.
I don't know why I said it. Chad asks if he thinks he's autistic. I don't think Richard Gere is autistic. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, could be. I don't think so, though. No. No, I see the deadness in his eyes. I know what that's like for life to just beat you to death with its own fists. Oh, man, he's our guy. He's our homie.
Mm-hmm. It's like, does this guy ever get like
a night off?
Go home?
God, this was probably a couple years ago. I went down to Evansville, Indiana. I heard about this. He wrote this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And they said, play the piano, and he just started playing this thing he sort of made. He wrote.
Huh.
And so just muscle memory. He just did it. And he just kind of tinkering with his own piece of music. That's my second fact. But yeah, no, I went down to Evansville, and we were at a hotel that had just been like remodeled. So everything was like really new in it. But they had not really hired back staff, and so they just had like one night concierge and one day one. And so we saw the same. And me and my family are night owls. We're up till 1, 2 in the morning, and so we'd go down and grab a smoke or walk down to the bar or something like that. And so we'd stop and always talk to them. And I was like, God, this person's gonna get so annoyed with us. And by the end of the week, they were coming out having smoke breaks with us. Just a heads up, got about a minute before we're gonna hit pause when that comes up. It's flown by.
Yeah. It's going well. Don't want to spoil it for anybody, but if we pause pretty soon, it's going to be right in a spicy scene.
Oh, I have paused it right on Daniel Radcliffe's butt. So exposed butt cheeks. We crushed it on that one. Oh. On the piano, this guy's off the chain. You're a madman.
In the hotel, like
it's
in the
gonna be just
room.
clanging and banging. Clink, 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 clink. All right, here it is. We're at an hour. Everybody get ready. Let's pause it. All right. I paused it at 1 hour 2. I think I did the same thing last time. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try and put up the timer for the 5 minutes. I'm going to try and let us go to a break. We're going to see if it's going to work. If it doesn't, we'll figure it out. We're in this together. We're too far in. We're halfway into the forest. It's only going out from here. So I'm going to put up a timer. Let's go ahead and do it while I'm talking to you so I don't, leave and then it not work. Break timer. Let's see if this is going to work. All right. And okay, so we're going to take a 5-minute break. I'm going to set up the 5P timer for personal time, PPs, and poo-poos. If we're a little bit late coming back, just come back and hang out for a minute. We'll come back in, talk about the movie for a minute, and start it up. So yeah, we'll see you guys in a minute. Welcome back. Hey, and hopefully you can actually hear me this time. All right, so taking a break, we thought about where we're at in the movie. And you said we were coming up on a place that was kind of exciting. So before we jump into it, this is the part where I really like to catch people off guard and put them on the spot. What, if you want, I can answer mine first if you need to think about it. But what is the fanciest dinner date that you've ever been on?
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
If you want to think,
like dinner date or just dinner?
What, something close to it, like, you know, just dinner with somebody, or maybe you just, even if it was just friends, it doesn't have to be a date. Fancy dinner time, fancy eating place.
So it would have. I'm like thinking just to make sure that this is correct.
All right, digging deep on this one. Well, the other question I had was, when's the last time you hired a hooker? And that's been a while for me. I couldn't remember the last one.
I mean, at least a couple of days.
At least a couple of days, yeah. What do you count, you know, like, what do you count renting a hooker? Like, sometimes it's faster than, you know.
Yeah, okay, so the dinner, it would have been, so my best friend Cassie, her and I did an Ireland trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this was years ago. It was actually Kevin and I, we had just been dating for about a year, I think, at this point. Yeah.
Kevin, take notes. I was telling Kevin to take notes on this so he can recreate it one day.
Well, so for part of our Ireland trip, we stayed at a castle. Like, it was a castle hotel. Yeah.
Wow.
And so we ate in the dining room the one night. And it was like the server, we felt so awkward and out of place. One, we're American, right? And it's just fancy. Everybody's talking in these fun accents, and we're just like, we're hungry.
Can we get some food? And unfortunately, it's Ireland, so everything was boiled. So I'm surprised you could see from all the cigarette smoke. Right?
Well, so we get the one, like, he's like, would you like to see a wine list? You know, and we're like, okay, we'll take that one because that looks fun. And he comes out, opens the bottle, and he pulls it out, you know, the cork and everything. Is, would you like to smell the cork? And I was like, I don't, is that something we do? And you can tell the server was just like,
that's totally your Pretty Woman moment. Totally. Absolutely. There's a show that used to come on with John Favreau ran it, and it was called Dinner for Five, and he'd have dinner with like 5 other people that are in the industry, actors, directors, writers. And he did it with John Pantoliano, Johnny Pants. And he apparently is just like a wine aficionado. So the server brought him the wine to taste it. And he takes a sip and he looks at the server, and he hands the server the testing little sample, and the server tries it and he goes, he nods and he leaves. And they were like, what? And he's like, it's court. He's like, it's salad dressing now. And they're like, I wouldn't have been able to tell. And it was just so cool that he didn't say anything negative. He was like, here, you try it and see if I'm wrong. And the guy was like, you're right. I got you. Like, it was the coolest moment I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Fanciest dinner that I ever had. I took a girl on a date to, it was in Birmingham, Alabama, which I don't know that town super well. I found a French restaurant. For starters, it was October, and it's not super cold in Alabama in October, but it was night. So it was like 50 degrees, and this was outdoor seating. The girl didn't bring a coat because we're going to a fancy restaurant. Why would she have brought a coat? So I give her my coat. So I'm sitting out there freezing. Our server, I'm pretty sure, was an assassin. He was about 6.5 foot tall, short, like bleach blonde hair, scars on his face. And he kind of talked like this when he came out. He came out and he told us that we have a very lovely selection tonight, a lot of specials. And he started explaining all the specials. And I was pretty sure he was going to kill us. It was also a restaurant with no numbers on the like no amounts of money for, like, it didn't show how much it cost. And I was like, oh, okay, that's going to be expensive. And then I was looking at the menu, and I didn't know the words. I didn't know how to put together like a plate with how they laid. It was beyond me. We're sitting there reading that. We get quiet for a little while, and I could tell she didn't know either. And I looked up and I go, I have no idea what I'm doing. And we just started dying laughing at this. He comes back out and we're like, what are those specials again? And after he said the first one, I was like, I'll take that. And she's picked the second one. I paid like $16 for macaroni and cheese. I am definitely a country mouse. Well, let's get back into the story of another country mouse in the big city with Richard Gere. I'm going to do the same as before. We'll do a 3, 2, 1, go, and go on go. We're at 1 hour and 2 seconds. I think I did that last time at the same time. But all right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. I can't get it out of my head now. Oh man. I found a YouTube channel here recently that's this it's a television show that was like a music variety show in Europe in the 80s, and it's got just tons of incredible like Bangles and Roxette and just tons of incredible musicians. I mean, they have one huge playlist of all the performances. I'll look that up while we're doing this because I'd love to talk about it. Oh, time to shop.
So that's one of the best. Like, I would love to get woken up that way. Like, wake up, time to shop.
Really? Oh.
Oh yeah.
I get Kevin.
And
take notes.
Somebody's gonna hand me a credit card that I don't have to worry about paying back or anything. Be like, all right.
There you go.
Oh.
Make it melt it. I'm into I'm into shopping and dressing montages from 90s movies. Like,
oh my gosh.
You know,
this has one of the best ones.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Do I get a slow clap? Is this Peter Gabriel?
I'm not sure.
If this is it.
It's Paolo from Princess Diaries.
Oh yeah, he's also the dad in 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
He makes Alex Mack wear a Prego belly. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to find that channel. My phone's being really stupid. I'm really sorry. I'll do something with it. People will find out about it. It's great. Oh yeah. I'm not going to go into the reasons why, but I think in a couple of weeks I'm going to go get fitted for like a blazer. I don't know if I'll go a full suit because I know it's really expensive, but I don't have one, and I would like one, and I'm an adult, so I need to go get one. You love clothes shopping. I can't stand clothes shopping. God.
I like clothes shopping for other people.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Yep. Not myself. Here it comes.
Let's do it, baby.
Uh-huh.
So have you seen A Star Is Born? They remade it with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. Brad Cooper directed it, I believe.
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces, but I actually haven't sat down and watched
recommend.
Either.
Highly recommend the new one. Old one's fine too, but there's a scene where Brad Cooper's just like geeked out of his mind on pills, and they ask him to play at a Roy Orbison tribute concert. And he actually filmed the movie a lot like a Metallica music video or music DVD they had, like a concert DVD. And so there's this incredible scene where Brad's just like, he's just so high and he's playing Pretty Woman. And he's just milking it. It is one of the coolest rock scenes in any movie. And that's weird to say about A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
I can't recommend that movie enough. Let's go, baby.
She has my card and we'll help her use it.
Let's do it. She's got to come out and someone has to go, no, those pants are weird. No. Or like give her one of those.
It's such, yeah. The look, it's so 90s.
Mercy.
The iconic dress. The brown dress with the white spots.
That's the one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they got her a pizza. This is Home Alone.
Yeah.
Is Home Alone Little Boy Pretty Woman? Is that what I'm learning?
Smile to me. So yeah, this was playing during the bouquet toss.
Oh man, cool. Oh, cool. You guys are too much. You guys are like a story. It's unbelievable. I love it. Oh, here it is.
Oh. Big mistake. Big. Huge. I have to go shopping now.
Now kick something over.
Right?
Kick it over and pee on their dresses and go outside on social media and tell them they scrubbed me and now they've been scrubbed. Oh,
Oh,
man. That's so
double take.
baller that she went in there and did that. Everybody should do that to anybody that's ever done that to them. Everybody rally up. Let's start a riot against mean people. Instead of throwing bricks, we throw hugs. But all the people that were mean to us, we taunt them. A number one soundtrack. This is a certified banger.
Uh-huh.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. At this point in the movie, this does feel like one that I would love to incorporate around Thanksgiving, around that time, because that is a good time to kick back and watch movies. Get cold outside.
Yep.
I don't like football, so I'll put something else on. This is a great one to throw on. Yep. I ended up buying this one instead of just renting it because I'm like, I actually will probably want to watch this one again.
Yeah. You know, thinking about that too, because my family's not, I mean, yeah, they'd watch football every now and then, and they have, I'm not a big football person, but yeah, at Thanksgiving, we never really watched football at family gatherings, but there was usually something playing in the background, whether it was one of these movies or, one on the list that I sent, or any of the Happy Gilmore movies, like those would just play.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yep. God. So those would just play and be in the background.
You know, it's a latter-day Happy Madison movie that I think is funnier than it gets credit for is 50 First Dates. That part where, there's that whole story about playing the Wouldn't It Be Nice song throughout the Beach Boys song. And then at the end, the dad gives it to him and he's like, Beach Boys, why would you get, he's like, okay. And he puts it in the tape player of the boat and it just cuts to him driving and crying, going, wouldn't it be nice? Why would you give this to me? You suck. It's hilarious. Oh, la la, c'est ça. But I thought you bought clothes. I did. This necktie.
It's for you.
Oh, wow. Mercy. Guys, boys, it's time to talk again. Guys, listen up. Woman does that. Marry her. Do whatever she wants. Whatever she wants. Don't even question it. She says jump, you say what color?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a good time to bring this up. Aaron, who was on the show to watch the first Halloween episode, we watched Yummy. I was talking to her about this movie, and she said something very, very interesting to me about Richard Gere. Because I as well, I'm fine with him as an actor. There just hasn't really been a lot that like super stood out to me. This is probably maybe one of his most iconic roles. But she said that Richard Gere looks like he's a bad kisser. And I thought that was the funniest thing I had ever heard.
I could see that. I could see it.
Like, I've never thought of that metric before on people. And then now I can't stop thinking about it. Like, people I see on the street, I'm just like, nah, might be a bad kisser. I feel like he would cover your face because he looks like he would be used to doing what's it called, soap opera acting, where you want to so like you go in for the kiss and then their face is not in the picture, just yours.
Yep.
I know the moves. I know movies. I've seen a couple. Polo's one of those things where I always heard of rich people playing it, but I don't think I've ever known anybody that's actually played polo.
Nope. Same. And I've never, it'd be interesting to go.
Oh, that is a nice dress.
I wonder where they play it at. I mean, LA, I guess, maybe at least back in 1990.
Yeah, I would assume a lot in Kentucky because, man, there's a lot of horses in Kentucky. That Kentucky Derby is still huge. I'm surprised. Of all the things that, like, in this country have just kind of gone by the wayside. Chad said, let her buy all the house plants. I wonder if he's talking personally. But yes, you're right. You're damn Skippy. I come home and a girl is sitting like that at my table. What do you need? Forever. Seriously, because that's cool. Now, boys, it doesn't work the other way around. Do not be sitting at a table with your pants off, boys. Jesus.
But yeah, this is the icon. Like,
she just Arsenio hauled it.
Yeah.
Oh, what a time it was. What were you? I interrupt you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say this dress with the hat and everything. This is the look. You see a dress that looks like this.
The look.
You think of Pretty Woman. You think of her dress.
She's got the look.
Just gorgeous.
I like the hat. A lot of fun hat work in this. Well, if you do horse stuff, you got to wear fancy hats. That's what I've learned from the Kentucky Derby.
Yep.
But seriously, man, it's huge. I haven't been to Louisville in a long time, but when I was there, they had it. They did Shake the Lake. They have a huge fireworks show. And wait, is Shake the Lake there, or is it? No, Shake the Lake's here. What do they call it there? There's something there because it's the Ohio River runs like around the top edge of it. So they do. You can sit on the bank and just watch this massive fireworks show. And it's like the whole town shuts down for a week for Kentucky Derby because there's just so many more people there. You can't do anything downtown. I wasn't fancy enough to work downtown, so I had to keep working while the Derby was in. I didn't drink any mint juleps on the veranda.
There's your introspective thing. She's like, now I know why. Why you came looking for me.
Yeah. Yeah, she sees it. She sees that world.
Yep.
What are we doing now? Oh, it's like it. Okay. All right. It's like when at the end of Rocky Horror Picture Show, if you stick around and pick up stuff, you get prizes. Okay, boys, let me explain sex lines. Back in the day, we didn't have the internet. You could get a magazine. You might have a channel on your TV. Sometimes it would be HBO After Dark. But what we also had was phone lines. I definitely, when I was a kid, called a toll-free phone line, and then they had a recording. It's like, dial 6743 now to talk. And I was like, oh, and I hung up. I was so scared I would get in trouble.
Yeah. Because it would like charge your phone bill.
Yeah, I don't think it showed
like
up.
Put a credit card or anything. It was.
Yeah, that's why I did the toll free, so that way at least I didn't do that. I didn't get any further than that, but I just wanted to see. I was so curious. They probably did see it on the phone record and probably didn't want to address it because it was like it would have been like a 10-second call.
Yeah.
I have a hat made like his jacket on the left. Because I've apparently am a hipster. Like the guy in the back with the mustache. Like that guy listens to Toll. Don't tell me he doesn't. David Morse. That's Paul Allen. That's not Paul Allen. That's Paul Allen. Have you ever seen American Psycho?
Yes. But it's been a long time. Because that's with oh gosh, what's his name?
Christian Bale.
Bale, yeah. It's been a long time though.
That's the tagline. She's not a spy. She's a hooker. If I knew that line, I would have put that on the little card.
Right?
Did you see the one that I put up this week?
I did. I shared it this morning.
Oh, thank you.
Later today. Yeah, it was good.
That's kind of been my marketing for all this is weird, obscure, very specific niche.
Yep.
I want most people when they see what I put up to just go and shake their head. It's my style. But I did it on the second one and I was like, this is great. I want to keep doing it. And the second one was a movie I knew very, very well. But then the next movie that came up, I was like, I've never seen this movie. Uh-oh. How do I write obscure stuff about a movie I don't know? So I usually go to the trailer or something like that. I don't want to spoil too much.
Yep.
Or one of them, I don't remember which one it is. I typed in weird scene and then the movie name and just seen what popped up. Oh, he's gonna be a scumbag, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Icky lawyer.
And he's a lawyer. He understands retainers. Jesus. God, what a prick. That sucks, man. I'm checker number 4. Hi. I was checker number 4 at the polo game tonight. Oh.
Yeah.
I love his tie. We're talking about all the fashion in this.
Mm-hmm. Can I get another word, please? asshole. There's a word. That's another one that pops up all the time.
Let's do it. Let's go. She's got the lines, man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't, Richard, you're screwing that the wrong way. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. There she goes. Oh, that's back when it was glass back then.
Coke. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That same style bottle Faygo kept using for years, and it was you could get glass bottles of Faygo up until I was like an adult.
Oh.
But I do remember those the glass bottles that size.
Yep.
You sound sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, guys, come on! All right, look, boys, listen to me, boys.
Stupid car.
While we're talking, guys, don't say something you can't roll back. Don't make it personal. Don't say names. Be professional because you're mad.
Mm-hmm.
You're like we're in a relationship. Sometimes it's a little bit like squirting battery acid on your brain. Calm down, take a beat, think about it, talk it out. Chad says no girl wants the Winnie the Pooh special. I assume she's talking. Oh, bother. I should work on a Winnie the Pooh impression. That way I can say terrible things in his accent. Yeah, you feeling a little bad? You guys feeling proud of yourself? The stuff you said? Yeah? Gonna hold hands now, maybe? No? Cash? Ugh. Oh, man.
She's leaving.
It's like $900.
She wants her money. Let's get out of here.
Oh, man.
Oh. She leaves the money.
Well, they say you do pay them to leave. Big mistake. Huge. Aw. Her hair looks good there, too. See, don't wear a wig, man. I mean, if you want to, it's fun, it's cool, but man, it's that lush, thick hair. It's that hair we all want, man.
Well, it's like with her line of business, she tries to kind of
you gotta keep the tricks guessing.
Roles. Yeah. Yeah.
I know the lingo, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think that's why I say it a lot. I think that, if I do come across somebody who is in the industry that way, I don't want to misrepresent you. This is fictional characters. I'll talk about a fictional character all day long. Real human being, I'm not going to. Whatever you do, I think it should be legal. I think it's fine. I think an adult should be able to do what they want to do. I think when you make it illegal is when you bring in a lot of bad influences into it.
Yes.
So if anything, really, we could be doing a little bit better for people that think that they don't have any other way out. Or some people want to do it. Let them fucking do it. It's their body, man. Oh, no.
She's gonna stay.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, this is how you win an Oscar. This scene right here, by the way.
Just stare blankly.
Well, not him. I don't understand the kissing thing. Now I wonder what people are thinking about. What metric I haven't thought of that people are thinking about me. Because I never thought about that until she killed me when she said that.
Mm-hmm.
I had another friend once say he didn't like Paul McCartney, and I was like, I gotta hear this. Why? He's like, he looks like a fart sniffer, and that killed me because I was like, I don't know what that means, but it's hilarious. Aw. Okay.
Background story. Dun dun dun.
I have no bum either.
Yeah.
It's called no acetol disease. I blame my dad. Ooh. If I lived in a big, huge city and I needed like just a fuck around job, like I just moved there and I need some kind of work, I would totally try to be a valet. Get to drive all those like really nice cars and just park them. Oh my God. Even though I'm terrible at parking, but it's not my car. You're so money and you don't even wait. That's not from this movie, is it?
What?
The
What were you gonna say?
line. You're so money. That's not this movie. What is that
No.
movie?
Aw.
By the way, the only Wikipedia page I've ever edited is the one on Pillow Talk. I tried to add that Trent of Talladega, Alabama does not believe in Pillow Talk, and they took it down quickly.
Aw.
And I was kind of mad because they didn't fact check it because it's true. I don't like it. I don't know. You spend like a lot of time with somebody being as cool as you possibly can be to a person that already thinks you're cool. And then you lay next to each other and you go, so how you feeling? Is it good? Did you have a good time? Did you have fun? That was good. Yeah, no, I like it. That was different. That was new. Yeah. No. I liked it. What do you want to eat? Pancake? Yeah, pancake. Okay. Oh. Mercy. Let's go.
The dress. This is another dress. Beautiful.
Stunning. Yeah, stunning's a great word.
Mm-hmm.
I think especially too with someone that's either tall or rocking the heels or something. Oh, this.
Do you know this scene?
I know. Yes, I know of it.
Because that was an ad lib too.
That was an ad lib.
Yeah, that was not scripted. Richard Gere just did it, and then that's her actual reaction. So they kept it in the movie.
See, he's kind of a charismatic guy. He's got a little charm going. He's that silent, steely, sexy. Might be a bad kisser, but he's good at other stuff, is what I'm thinking. That's what I would be thinking. Need to stretch before we go back home tonight. Always stretch before you do physical activities.
I love that too. Where she's like, if I forget to tell you later, I had a good time tonight. Ah.
They're also they just chew up a scene. I think it's cool that a lot of scenes have been just the two of them because it's hard to get, because when they're around everybody else, you want all the other people to react to them because it is sort of the point of the story is everybody reacting to the situation. And so when you get them alone by themselves, it's interesting. It's sort of almost calm. You don't notice how much of a scene they are chewing up. He's being very silent and reserved, and she's being, laughable and funny and charming, but she's not like going insane.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
To the sun. Do.
Is this too much or is this cool?
This is cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool too, but wow, it's a lot.
If I got to ride in a limo to a private jet to go on a date, what?
How much does a private jet rental cost? I never thought about that for taking a girl out on.
Right?
It can't be that much. Oh, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's, pretty quick little hop flight for them.
Yeah.
Oh, they do better in Frisco. Nobody would even look like no one would bat an eye with her in any of her outfits in Frisco. They're crazy. That's where the Mythbusters were. They're nuts. Oh, are we going to the opera? I wonder which one of those guys are going to do magic. I'm thinking glasses. Ooh, private box? Dang. It's a perfect place to make out. Oh, he hates heights. Come on. He's a scared. Yeah, it's true.
So fun. This is like just a fun fact about like going to plays and operas and stuff. The box seats like that, a lot of times are not the best view.
Really?
For the show, yeah.
But you're to the side, yeah.
Like the origins of it was because when you went to the opera or you went to a play or whatever, it was to be seen.
Yeah.
So
well, think about who's been in
the
them.
box to be on display. The better seats were down in the audience to actually observe the play best.
I bet too a lot of it is logistical with how you get to box seats, because a lot of box seats have a side entrance, so getting in and exiting for famous people going to stuff was probably also a consideration. They usually have their own hallways and they have people that are bringing stuff to them. Makes a lot of sense. And yeah, you're right. Nobody sits on the side and to watch a movie. Everybody hates that. Oh, she's so happy.
Yep.
I one day need to go to an opera because I have a theory that I'm like 95% contextually based. Because I say things like there's a lot of words. There's like sometimes there's lots of double words that I don't have separate pronunciations for. I like to just figure out what I'm saying. You'll get it. I want to see if I could go to an opera in like say Italian or something like a different language and see if I can figure out what's going on, put it together. I think I could.
Oh yeah.
See, clearly he's lost his love. He doesn't know what to do, so he's going to go buy a hooker. And Richard Gere gets embarrassed. It's like a holding up a mirror. Oh no, the opera's about me. I did keep a membership to I kept a membership to the Birmingham Museum of Modern Art because they would do dinners there. You could take a date to, and you eat like a really fancy dinner and then walk around and check out the art and stuff. That's cool. It was really cool. And it's like went to support them because it was kind of high for that membership, but it was, I also didn't have every streaming service back then. So it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know squat about art. I think I do go in for more modern art. I love watching, looking at classic stuff though, just to see styles and like the grandness of how big art used to be. But I'm definitely not I'm such a country mouse. I have no idea.
Yeah. That was another one of the big, like well-known quotes. I was like, yeah, it was so good. I almost peed my pants. And she's like, oh, like, she said it was almost as good as Pirates of Penzance. Like, oh.
The longest hour of my life. I'm running away with your wife. Another Julia Roberts movie. Yeah, you probably could take some time off. Oh, wait, they're on the West Coast. That's not. For a second,
you thought it was the Twin Towers.
Yeah, I'm really dumb. Also, have you ever played pool with one of these? I have. It sucks.
Yeah.
You don't. You give them.
I remember. Yeah, like you just kind of battered. I remember we had one growing up. That was just usually it just wasn't that much fun.
No. Okay. Yeah, I love getting some street meat and squatting to eat it.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like The Great Taste, but smaller. Taste of Madison, rather. Swingers is the movie I was looking for. You're So Money. That was like an hour ago. I was looking for that, in case you were all wondering. But I keep getting distracted, man.
Oh, they had a perfect day together.
There you go. Oh, and then the night dress.
Okay, there is a scene coming up that so I have older brothers, right? When they discovered this, I remember they would go back and like be up against the screen to see.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, it was a time. Yeah. I remember kids being that way. I remember a couple people, like girls, that would be like trying to look for donger, and like we would also be trying to look for some boobies.
Yep.
Here, since we've talked about all these other ways of this tonight, I'll bring this one up. So you didn't have cable, so you're also not a dumb dude. Usually there was a channel that was like fuzzied out and you couldn't, it was like deinterlaced, and it would be like HBO or something. And so if you clicked it over at night, there would be scrambled porn. And every now and then you'd get like a nip. And it was the most exciting ever. It was between that and Victoria's Secret magazines. If you didn't have a sister, it was weird to get those.
Or the big, and say not as fancy as Victoria's Secret, the J.C. Penney,
the big section.
Penny's catalog.
Yes, you know. The 90s were tough, y'all. It was hard.
Oh yeah,
man, archaic back then. God, I haven't thought about those things in a long time. Yeah. Cal got and take me away.
Mm-hmm. The part's coming up. You see a little flash of a nip.
Oh,
and that was scandalous.
Julia Roberts, part of a partial Julia Roberts nip.
Yep.
I didn't know we were getting that tonight.
Oh yeah.
I got out the champagne. It's Julia Roberts. So I have a nip.
Yep.
Yeah. Not the first nipple on the TalkOver, but definitely the most famous.
Like it's a brief little like whoop.
Mm-hmm. A classy amount of nipple.
Yes.
Oh man, Chad says this is meta. The opera is about a prostitute in love with a wealthy man. Yeah. You don't think they're talking about us, do you? Yeah, the perfect day. That was exhausting. They did lots of stuff. Whoa.
Oh.
Hold up. How's he going to take it? Use your bad kissing lips to say something. Oh, what? He didn't say anything? Bro. Boys. If they say it back. Unless you're ready to kick them out of bed right now for eating crackers in bed, you say it back. Deal with your emotions in the morning, okay? That's how they told us in the 90s. Suck it up. Don't cry. Don't tell anybody about your problems. No, you should tell people about your problems. It's a really terrible thing to do. But I'm just saying.
I say, what quote is that? Or what movie is that quote from? It's like, I wouldn't kick him out of my bed for eating crackers.
It's in something. I've always heard people. It's definitely a Southern saying. I've heard a lot of Southern women.
Magnolias?
Probably. I bet you anything. Either that or like fried green tomatoes or something.
Crackers.
Yeah.
There's definitely a Southern
voice. It's for eating crackers in bed. I wouldn't kick him out for eating crackers in bed because, if you ever eat a cracker in bed, you shouldn't. You get a different kind of bed bug. Just regular bugs. Oh, she goes to his one weakness. Yeah. When she wants to be alone, she stands at the edge of the balcony. Oh, Chad says paradise by the dashboard light explains it all. Oh my God. No, what? I can't remember how that part goes. Let me sleep on it. Baby, let me sleep on it. A banger. Nothing but wall-to-wall gold oldies tonight on the TalkOver, folks. So many absolute throat-ripping bangers that no one knows about. Get on the internet, type 80/90 space music and be happy. Get a Coke and a smile. Chad's got it. Let me sleep on it. Give you an answer in the morning. Yeah. That's one of those songs, the Paradise by the Dashboard Light, that's just like, it's like 3 songs stuck together. They did that back in the day. Jesus, who did Roundabout? It was, yes, maybe that's who did Roundabout. That's like 6 songs. Peter Frampton would it was like 7 songs in a song. Everybody got a solo. Chad's putting in an order for now. Now that's what Trent calls Music 7. I have absolutely made mixed CDs for my friends that had themes and then made multiple copies of the same one for people and handed them out. I did a series called 1077 The X. I did 3 of them. It's all music that played on an alt radio station that was in the 90s in Alabama. You want to talk about some bangers there? Harvey Danger. Talk about a little flagpole sitta. I might have put Creed. I might have got nutty with it. Not the last argument that I've had, but the next to last, the penultimate argument I've had in a relationship. This was a long time ago. Started in text form, and it was, "Hey, I don't think this. I think we need to talk." And I knew an argument was coming, and we were living in the same place, and I sent her a message, and I said, "When are you gonna get home?" And she said, "Probably a couple hours." I said, "I'll be gone before you get back." I didn't want to argue. It's pretty messed up, but we didn't argue. We didn't say anything we regretted, and I went where we were going. I think I was pretty considerate. Ah! Is that what he's in the credits? Have you ever heard the joke about the Viper? Guy gets a phone call. He's in the top floor penthouse, and he says, "I'm the Viper. I'll be there in an hour." And the guy's like, "Oh, what?" And he hangs up on him. Half an hour goes by. He goes, "Hi, I'm the Viper." Calls back again. He goes, "I'm the Viper. I'll be there in 30 minutes." And he's like, "Well, who are you, man?" And he hangs up the phone. 10 minutes later, he's like, "I am the Viper. I'll be there in 20 minutes." He's like, "Stop. Who is this?" He's called the police. He's freaking out. This Viper's coming to kill him. And all of a sudden, this man shows up at the door. Ding dong. He opens it and he goes, "Hello, I'm the Viper. I would like to vipe and wash your windows." That joke's from the 90s, too.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, look at the acid wash jacket. Why don't you? Let's go.
Yes, please.
I want that jacket. I want that size. I want to be Chris Farley.
Not that you ever did.
Yeah, fashion today, that is something that will not translate with this movie because honestly, like I could see an acid wash jacket going for hundreds of dollars. Like something nice like that. I could picture two people sitting at a table together dressed like that and be like, yeah, they're both fancy. Or they're both not, honestly.
Yeah.
You know that's the one rule. She will do anything for love.
Not to do anything?
But not that. We're not going to talk about the speculations on what the one thing is Meatloaf won't do. We've talked enough about Meatloaf tonight. We do love him here on the TalkOver. Love Meatloaf. But we're not going to talk about that one thing he won't do. Yeah, we'll you know what? We'll talk about the Richard Gere rumor at the end of this. That way, if nobody wants to hear it, just turn it off. And also, it's a rumor. So don't spread it. Is it always the younger female character that gets talked like sort of taught in life? Are they always named Kit? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I just had on League of Their Own a month ago. It was on like Netflix or something.
I love that one.
So good. Jesus Christ. I'm a big
Cinda fucking Rella.
Harump. I didn't get a harump out of you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Old Man Winter in this scene is I think he's the guy who proposes the bet with another rich white dude. So the movie's called Trading Places. It's Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, and one of them's poor, one of them's rich. You can decide, you can guess which one that is. And these guys basically ruin one of them and bring up the other. They pretty woman the other person, all for a bet.
I think you're right.
If he's not in that, then he plays basically the same part in Monty's Millions that has Richard Pryor. And for my money, it was not Monty's Millions, it's Brewster's Millions. It would have been a better title with Monty's Millions because there's alliteration, but they went with Brewster, whatever. But it's basically the same story as Trading Places, but I think it's a tad nicer. I like it. I like Pryor a lot. His boss is going to give him the old hooker talk. I find it weird though that he's the first person in this office to hook up with a hooker. I find that a little strange.
Right?
Yeah, they just came off the 80s. Don't lie to me. I'm not kidding anymore. You can take it. Oh, I misread this situation. It is kind of weird to be like, everybody out. I'll handle it from here. Like, what is he going to say to him? Is he going to pull his dick out or something? Aw.
Aww.
Thanks, new dad. Hey, I'm paying for a wife. Could I pay for you to be my dad? I think people would believe it. I'll tell you about my favorite things, and you could take me to a baseball game. You can be my dad.
Let's go play catch in the front yard.
Yeah. You like polo? Okay, so when I remake this movie, there's going to be a scene where there's going to be a scene where Julia Roberts takes Richard Gere, whoever plays the new version of them. I'll still keep Julia Roberts. We'll get a new Richard Gere. Sorry, Richard. But we'll put Richard Gere will be the concierge. And we won't. Julia Roberts will make her do something else. But here we go. Cool. But when we redo it,
she taught me a new thing. I can't get it out of my head.
she's like, go barefoot everywhere. It's great.
Yeah.
But when I recast, I definitely want a scene where when the man goes to the woman's world, goes to like the blue banana, and I think she should that's how she should meet, introduced to Kit, to whatever that character becomes, and then there should be I think that would add a little more balance to it. So then he's not unflappable. He's a fish out of water, and he has to deal with that as well.
Yeah.
Also, what carnival did they steal those bar stools from?
Right?
Jesus Christ.
They look like drums.
I didn't know P.T. Barnum
like a
sold
Christmas like the Nutcracker drum.
Under that carpet is the rest of the Nutcracker.
Yeah.
Somebody bought that. They were like, yep, those. 3 of them, please. Top floor. Oh, I'm making light. This is kind of a slimy scene. I know what's going on here.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to sabotage. He wants his boy back. This is messed up. Chad says throwing catch ain't cheap. Dad, I'm just gonna call you dad and give you money. You're my dad now. Gross. Guys, no touch. No touch till they say yes. Yeah. You wait too long to touch. Yeah.
No means no.
Kick him in the balls. Oh, no, dude. Oh, gross. Aw.
Get the crystal vase and smack him over the head.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I didn't know he was there.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's like the jackal.
He just came in. He just came home.
He's like a ninja. Kick his ass, Seabass. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh. How about a knuckle sandwich for lunch? I'll have the bellboy bring you up an ass kicking too.
Yeah.
You forgot your free fucking samples. Oh. Hit him again. Kick him in the balls.
Kill you, love, not me.
Punch him again.
Get out.
I don't think, you know what? Richard Gere should have done a little more action. Just a smidge more action. Like 10% more action. Because I'm pretty sure he does the same thing he does in like this and every other movie I've seen him in The Jackal, where he's just kind of there saying things. That's definitely what he did in Mothman Prophecies. Man, what a creep, George Costanza.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's rich. They're right. You absolutely can. You will, if you got, yes, you can. If you're not hooking up and you're rich, just try something different. You don't have to try harder. You're just missing a point. I'm not saying that's the best way to go into a relationship. IJS. There definitely are some you can get into. And you know what? I think that's okay as well. I'm fine with people doing that. Just don't touch. Don't touch.
Mm-hmm.
God. I'm going to straighten every boy out when I'm done with the talkover. I have so many missions.
That's your new mission statement.
Yeah. Chad says, in the words of Killer Mike, if she ain't your girl, keep your hands to your fucking self.
Yeah.
In Killer Mike, we trust. He is, if I had moved to Atlanta instead of moving to Wisconsin, to Madison, I would have voted for Killer Mike for mayor and governor. He's not running, but I would have wrote it in. That's a good one. Pretty good. It's a little cheap. Pretty good. Pretty good. I invented one anymore. I heard something the other day, and I don't remember what movie it was, but somebody said it's going to be dangerous, and the guy goes, "That's my middle name," and the girl goes, "You said your middle name was Action." That was pretty good. Pretty good. At this point, just give her a card.
Yeah.
Like a Amex, because I think all the Amex, there's only like 2 or 3 Amexes back then. Some of them might be the same now, where it's just like you just have to pay the whole thing off at the end of the month. But it's like something like the black ones are like unlimited. It's crazy. I'm sure he has whatever the Diners Club equivalent of from 1990. Just give her a card. You ain't got to talk about it no more. Let's be cool about it. Bellboy's outside anyways. That guy never leaves his floor. He sleeps in the hallway. You need something? I'm here.
You love her too. Come on, Richard Gere.
Tell her. Say something. Move them not good kissing lips and make some noise. You show her who's a good kisser. Give her a smooching. Hey, baby. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's hard to rebound after that. What I would probably do is call the police on George Costanza and say, yeah, this woman asked that he not touch her. And I know he's a lawyer, but I'm going to pay for a more expensive one because in my mind, Richard Gere is unlimitedly wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
His name's Barney. I missed that this whole time.
Most of the time.
Allow me. Daryl.
Yeah. So this song coming up, I always want to listen to when it's raining outside.
Okay.
Stay cool. I don't know why.
On my pillow.
On my pillow. Winter on the ground.
I think that Roxette is one of the most slept on bands.
Yeah.
I did hear this song was going to be in here. I didn't know where it was. Oh, this song rips.
Touch me now. Close my eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but yeah, I always want to listen to it on a rainy day. Maybe there is a scene coming up that has rain in it. I don't know, but
this would have been a good name for a title of the movie. It Must Have Been Love.
Uh-huh.
Also, She's Got the Look. Another Roxette song would have been a good title for this. Joyride. Yep. Maybe we're pushing it at this point. Boys, go listen to Roxette. You're missing out. Oh, it is raining.
Oh, maybe that's because because of the thunder. That's why I always wanna. When it's raining out, this perfect song.
He's not afraid of the balcony now.
Uh-huh. Look how close he is to the edge.
He's thinking about, he's about to break. He's thinking about his engagement necklace that he bought her.
Yeah. So dopey.
What do you mean bad climate? Compared to LA? All right. Sure. I'll take your word for it. Oh, she's gotten kind of used to it now. It's like a Flowers for Algernon situation, but for money.
Not in a million.
$20.
Yeah.
See, Chad says stuntman trailer is what that's from, Trent. Stuntman trailer. Aw.
Take care of you.
Oh, the quote from earlier about the middle name being Fall Guy. The Fall Guy. It's a new Ryan Gosling movie. It actually looks like a good action romantic comedy. They don't really make a lot of good ones of those, and I think it might be good. But apparently, it was an old stuntman show in the 80s about a dude that was a stuntman, which that sounds awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, I need to track it down and watch it. Thank you, Chad, for reminding me that's a thing. The trailer's I'm apprehensive. It's so good.
I don't think I ever realized that all the jewels on there, I think they were all hearts.
On the necklace?
I never noticed that. Yeah.
No heart. Yeah. Because he loves her, but he can't say it because he's quiet and he's autistic. Maybe we're not sure. So I'm looking up the girl playing Kit. That's Laura Giacomo, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Sex Lies and Videotapes, one of the things that comes up. I know of that, but I don't know it very, very well. Quigley Down Under I know of as well, but that's not what I know her from, certainly. Let's get back into the 90s. That's where I got to know her from. Oh, they're both looking at the same rain.
Oh.
I should have voice on Batman Beyond. That's cool.
Gotta have a goal. Do you have a goal?
Suicide Kings is what I know her from. And oh my God, The Stand. Oh my God, she's the one that gets together with the devil. She's Nadine in The Stand. Whoa. Calgon, take me away. That movie, that is a really long and boring thing that is a lot of fun to watch, in my opinion. Get the 2-disc set. I also have heard that the remake is really good. It's got James Marsden in it. Oh, look at this guy. He needs a boombox.
So he doesn't have the white horse, but he's got a white limo.
That has horse powers.
Yes.
Purse. Oh, he went off the roof. That's tall. He's getting over his fear. He should climb up.
It's the best.
I've always wanted to live in a building with a fire escape for 2 reasons. One, it's like having a balcony. 2, it's very safe.
Yeah.
I like safety. Oh, man. I have a problem with ladders. I don't have a problem with heights, but I have a problem with ladders because you never know like what a build quality is on a ladder. Most of them are not rated for me, so I find that out. Oh, that's the shot. You put that in the trailer. Yep. You know, nothing really super crazy artsy with how this movie's shot. It just is good. There's a lot of people that are sort of overusing this nowadays where every frame is a picture, but it's almost like they're making every scene a frame that is a picture. See, it's a little bit different.
That kiss looks painful.
Oh, he is. He does a. Oh no. I think he is a bad kisser. He kind of closed his mouth off like this. I mean, you don't want to go too heavy with the lips or the tongue. You don't want to get too heavy, but you want it too light. Yep. Then you get all the stubble.
Don't dreaming. This is Hollywood. Keep on dreaming.
Oh, it ends with like a radio show outro.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like whatever Billy's Sounds of the 70s from Pulp Fiction. It's Super Soul from Vanishing Point. It's God, who else? It's Wolfman Jack from American Graffiti. Let's go. Skateboard Kid. Scott Marshall. I wonder if he's a relative of the Garys. Daryl the limo driver. All the different ethnicities of businessmen.
Yeah.
Thai salesman's name is RC.
A snobby That's cool. Salesman.
All right, I can't do a Mystery Science Theater version of the end of the credit. There's not a Nick Fury at the end of this, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the earbud out. Oh my god! All right, so you know this movie? You've watched this movie a billion times. How do you feel now, having shared that with me and with everybody else?
I love it. Oh, there's just so many good quotes for later that can fit all sorts of, be like, I'm fine. Can I get another word, please?
Assholes are words. See, I'm going to start saying them now. I'm glad I bought this because I definitely want to go back. I want to start working I'm going to try and work cocktail dress into something because that is a banger of a line.
I got a dress, a cocktail one.
Oh, man.
And I'm pretty sure if I go back to, years ago, a Facebook post that I think I bought a dress and I think I posted that. I'll see if I can find that.
Absolutely. I love lines out of context. They're really, really weird. I mean, the dumb thing, the Southern Baptist movie preacher at the beginning of the talkover was that was quotes from Day of the Dead. That was quotes from Disturbing Behavior. I watched that during the Haunted Honda days. I didn't that was a thing I loved when I was a kid. But talking about this movie, this is one that everybody needs to watch. I think it's one that doesn't get in a rush. The music is a lot of forgotten hits. I didn't know that one of them was Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was going to make a joke that you got to play Red Hot Chili Peppers when you do a changing montage. I wasn't that far off. But oh my god, this soundtrack's incredible. Yeah, there's a lot of people missing out because I feel like the early 90s was a time of one-hit wonders. I mean, there were so many incredible ones.
Big time.
I'd mentioned, Fine Young Camels earlier, but there's also there's a lot of bigger. I'm not going to go too far down that road. I'm getting off topic here. I could talk about that forever, but any movie that's got great music in it, I'm a fan of. But you strip that back, and this is a movie you kick back with. You sit back on the couch for this one. Well, you paid for the whole seat. Use the whole seat. And I would totally watch this with my family. I absolutely would. I don't think that it's inappropriate at all. I think that it's a lovely film. And I guess we decided Richard Gere might be a bad kisser. So at this point, as the final touchstone pictures logo's going. So since you don't know the rumor, I'm actually kind of interested to see your reaction to this. So in the 90s, there was a rumor about Richard Gere, and that was that he had to go to the hospital to have a gerbil removed from his rectum. Now that's what we used to talk about in the 90s before there was Snopes. Everybody knew that rumor back then, and I don't know how it made it to the middle of nowhere, Alabama, without internet. I don't understand. But we also had the stuff everybody else had. We had D's nuts and we had all kinds of other stuff that kids had. We had the S that you draw. I don't know how that.
With the Superman thing. Yeah.
Exactly. We had that too. I don't know how it got to us. I don't know how everybody picked it up, but everybody I knew one thing about Richard Gere, and it turns out that it was a farce. Chad says trailer was on before the Marvels yesterday, which was a banger. Oh, he's talking about the Fall Guy as well. Yeah, Fall Guy. I'm weirdly interested in. I got a good feeling about this one. We're talking about Pretty Woman. This is a perfect movie to watch around Thanksgiving when you're in the house, you're working on making the big meal, you're sort of working on Christmas stuff a little bit. Maybe you got a little family around. There's a bunch of kids running around. This is maybe the one where you put the kids to bed, you get a glass of wine. It's daddy's time. Let's watch. Let's try and look for a half a nip slip.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing this. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah.
This was so much fun. I can't wait to have
a good time.
I can't wait to have you on again. We'll have to. What was the one that we said? I need to write it down. What was the one we need to do?
Overboard.
Absolutely, we need to do it. See, as soon as you say it, I'm like, I know it. When you know the right one, because I don't know that movie at all, and I should. So
great.
We're going to try and schedule that one. It might be in the beginning of next year because we're pushing into the end of the year, but we got time. I'm just getting started with this.
I would say another one that just kind of like with the soundtrack and things that popped in my head, Mannequin. Mannequin? Okay.
I'll tell you what. That'll be, if we're into year 2 of the Talkover, that's when we do Mannequin. I have lots of thoughts about Mannequin and Andrew McCarthy and the soundtrack. And I know a lot about why that movie looks weird because of how they shot it. There's a really interesting thing the director did that
interesting.
You'd be pretty, it's something that there's a reason why that movie sticks out and nobody really knows why unless they know this. And when you know it, it stands out through the whole thing. Andrew McCarthy was kind of a perv in that one. He got the worst roles. He was so dreamy, but like he's the worst guy in 16 Candles. I love him in Weekend at Bernie's, but he's kind of a shitty guy and he's always signing for Bernie's stuff and everything. But we're going to go ahead and end this now. Come and check us out in a couple of weeks. Go check us out on Facebook as well. That's when I put up the stuff for like announcing and stuff. I'm thinking about doing an Instagram. I took down the Rumble account. It wasn't doing nothing, but we're on TikTok over there. If you think I need to make a special Instagram just for the Talkover, I'll do it. But Facebook's where you got us at the Talkover. Everywhere you go, YouTube, Twitch, baby. And we have to do our song now. The end of the show. Yeah. We talked over it.